Hey guys, what's going on? Nick Fury back here with another video, and this time we are doing the NBA Live 18 demo that came out earlier this month. I believe it was August 11th. And what I'll be going over is, the good, the bad, is it worth buying, is it not worth buying, all the questions, that everybody's asking about the game. But before that, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave a comment. Let's get into it. Now, my last video I did was my impressions of Madden 18. The early access came out earlier this week, and so one of the main things that I hit on in that video was about the Frostbite gaming engine being used for Madden. Well, it's the same case for NBA Live this year. I guess EA is making all three of their big sports franchises use the Frostbite engine. And so pretty much the same story goes for this one. Be honest, man, the last three NBA Live releases have been absolute trash, absolute garbage. 14 wasn't even really a next-gen game. I mean, it wasn't even barely a game good enough to play on the Xbox 360. NBA Live 15, they improved on it. It looked way better than 14, but then again, animations were bad. Shooting mechanics were just awful, and the same trend repeated itself in 16. And then NBA Live 17 was supposed to come out. They kept delaying it, and eventually they just said, hey, we're just gonna wait till next year to come out with the game. And then news started leaking that they were gonna use the Frostbite engine for NBA Live. And they started leaking little things here and there, showing us screenshots, letting us know, hey, there will be a demo playable. I know that E3 was huge for EA for this game. They had this game everywhere. And so, we got to see a little bit of gameplay here and there on YouTube. And the game looks great. That's one thing I noticed, as soon as I turned it on. The game looks great. Frostbite engine has done this game a lot of favors. The detail is really good. Player models are great. The arena, the court, the hardwood just looks, like a TV broadcast. So, like I said in my last video, Frostbite works miracles when it comes to just environment. Period. Now, gameplay, it works for Battlefield and FIFA. It improved FIFA, and so. Did it improve gameplay in this game? I'm gonna have to say yes. This game is very playable. Whenever I heard they're using Frostbite, got excited, saw some things. Some things kind of looked fishy. I thought some of the shooting mechanics were a little off. Watching people post gameplay up, I thought some of the dunking animations were a little bit funky looking. But I wanted to reserve judgment until I played it for myself. So August 11th comes around. I think it was 11th or 10th, can't remember. Demo comes out. The first thing you do when you get in the demo is you start the one, which is basically the career mode. I would just compare it to my career and 2K. You start off with the story. The story is you were this highly sought after NBA talent in college. You get hurt, tear your ACL. And so the story is now you got to come back. And so you start out, it tells you a story. It's got some clips from First Take with Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman. And they talk about the injury and whatnot. And then, it just kind of leads you through the backstory. And then the first thing you do is you and your buddy start playing through the Pro-Am circuit and Rucker Park and things like that. Drew League, Jamal Crawford's league. And you play, I think it's about maybe 4 or 5 games, and you're pretty much, it's just to help you get acclimated to the game. Most of the games are just a 21. There's no quarters on it, and it doesn't really affect you for the most part. I mean, I guess some of it does, but what really, will determine your draft status when you actually get to the draft point is the quote-unquote combine game. Have to get good grade on that. Depending on how well you do, this is where you get drafted. I got drafted by the Timberwolves, so I guess that's okay. No idea. So I really don't have a big judgment on how the one plays, really. We didn't really get a huge sample, much like the long shot in Madden, of what it's going to be about. You know, they're trying to hold the story mode because that's been their big selling point for really their main 3 franchises, you know, FIFA, Madden, and NBA Live. You know, it's a story mode. So why would EA give us more than they want to give us? You know what I mean? You know, then it doesn't entice you to play the game if it gives you a whole lot of it. So that being said, I think they did a good job with the career. You know, it's nothing to write home about, but it's solid. But what I really wanted to get into, for me personally, the big thing was gameplay, and that was my real big worry with this game. And what I found is that this game runs very smooth. The environment, when you drive to the basket, you have to really earn it. You can't sauce like in 2K. You can't just dribble around, you know, and hope for the defense to slip up. You have to earn every drive. When you pass the ball in the post, you have to earn every basket. You have to use the right combo of moves, or you're not going to succeed. And I really do appreciate that. You know, coming from 2K, there's a lot of ways in 2K to cheese. There's not a whole lot of way to cheese in this game. You have to, if your player's better than the player you're going against, you're gonna light them up. You're gonna score. So that makes logical sense, like it does in the NBA. So you have to pick your points carefully. If you have Kyrie and you're playing Steph Curry, Kyrie might tear up Steph Curry defensively because we all know Steph Curry's defense isn't that great. If you have Kevin Durant versus LeBron James, it's going to be a pretty even matchup. Defense is going to be about the same, and they're both going to get their buckets. My biggest concern, really, and still is kind of a pet peeve to mine, is the shot meter. Shot meter is a good idea. The vertical shot meter, you know, be able to read it go up and down, but paying attention to the shot meter kind of throws off me watching the animation a little bit. And I got to be honest, the shooting animations in this game are a little bit off. They're a little bit funny. When shooting, if you watch the gameplay, you'll see whenever I shoot some shots, something's off. And the same goes for dunks, really. I guess because I'm used to the flashy dunking on 2K, just, you know, and it looking more smooth. And when someone gets to the rim, they actually finish like a real NBA player would. Here, it's kind of lackluster. And they get to the rim, they don't really cock their arms back, slam it down. It's just really lackluster, almost college-like effort when it comes to dunking. Layups, I will have to say that they got most of the layup animations right. Some of those look real, and when you watch them on replay, you know, watching the ball bounce off the backboard, it looks almost, like a TV broadcast when the ball does go in. So that's a positive there. So I think moving forward, if they can improve on the shooting animations and the dunking animations, and let's be honest, they're not going to be able to do that this year. This is a demo, so this is pretty much what the final product is going to be. But if they can improve on that next year, I think they'll have an even better game than they do now. I played maybe 1 or 2 games online. The only good things I can say about that is I played a little bit later. I heard some rumblings online about how the servers were just garbage and just absolutely terrible. When I played, I really didn't experience any latency. It ran smooth. There was no lag when I was moving my character. If I wanted my guy to do something and hit a button, it happened on the spot, along with playing with 10 other people. So that is something that I really appreciate. I cannot even beat that point home more. That's something I really appreciate. When I play 2K with my friends, their servers are just absolute. I feel like they're put together with rubber bands and paper clips. I mean, when you're just playing, moving is hard, and I don't want to complain. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but let's be honest. We all know that those servers are just not up to par, and hopefully this pushes them to fix their servers. That's always been a complaint from me. That's always been a complaint when I talk to other people, play with other people. I know people that don't even play Park and don't even play online because they know those servers are trash. They just play, the career mode, and they just play by themselves. So that being said, will I be buying this game? Is this game worth purchasing? Well, news has come out that this game is going to release at a price of $39.99, $40. That's $20 cheaper than 2K. Not to mention they don't have a version where you get VC or you get this and that, and $100 version or $150 version. The game's just coming out. You have to earn all the in-game currency. I didn't even go over that, but there is in-game currency to get what like I like to call loot boxes. They call them crates, but let's be honest, they're loot boxes, kind of like when you play Overwatch or you know, any kind of game like that. It's just a loot box. It has something in there. It has tattoos, t-shirts, gear for when you play on the streets or against other people, and so there's that. Everything is in the game. You don't have to pay. There's no paywall behind anything. You don't have to pay for extra VC. You earn everything in this game. And so with that price point, would I buy it? I would. Honestly, I would. I would buy NBA Live and I would not regret buying it. Will I buy it? Probably not. And here's the issue. Me and my friend, Saltiest Gaming, were talking about this. EA's got a heck of a hill to climb with this game. They're going to have to get into 2K's fan base. That's going to be a tough task. I know there's a lot of people that ride or die for NBA 2K. And so they have a tough task ahead of them, you know, digging into and biting into that fan base. It is what it is. I'm not going to buy it because my friends are going to play 2K. I'm going to play 2K with my buddies. So it's that hurts me to say because I absolutely do love this game. I really do. Playing it, the demo, it looks great. You know, I can deal with the mishaps with it at the price point of $40. That's great. But I just can't do it. Just can't buy it because all my friends are gonna be playing 2K. So, and the whole point of me playing this game will be to play multiplayer with my friends. And so, would I recommend you buy it? Heck yeah. If you want to get it, it's a solid game. Like I said, there's no cheese. It is a good, solid, 100% pure basketball game. There's no cheese, no, you know, any funny things behind it like 2K pulls off. But 2K has us all by, to be figuratively speaking, they have us by the nuts. Let's be honest. And all of us are going to buy 2K in the end. So that's just my 2 cents. I don't feel bad for EA. They're making tons of money. But the devs put an effort in this game to make a good, solid game. And they just have an uphill battle. I hope they keep at it. I hope they persevere. And 2K needs competition, and if they keep bringing out good games like this, 2K is going to have competition, and 2K is going to have to fix their games. And so that's what we need in this genre right now, including Madden too. We need competition in these games for these games to be great, for these games to be good, so we get a good product, so we're not just blowing $60 on games that are subpar finished or half finished, or it's just a rehash of last year's game. And so I thank EA for making this game solid game, and it's good competition for 2K, and hopefully these two games push each other to the brink. So those are my impressions of the NBA Live 18 demo. If you like what you heard, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment. I love to talk to everybody. I love to talk to people. I'm going to have my social media information in the description box. Twitter, follow me on Instagram. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.